Hi, I'm Sam from easytradingsignals.com, and I previously did a review and some feedback on Mirror Trading International, and we need to talk about that again because there's been some recent updates. So I don't know if you haven't seen my previous videos on this, please go and take a look at our website easytradingsignals.com. And on the articles you'll find the Mirror Trading International review, and you'll see that I have done quite a number of updates previously where I basically posted things as they came up, and I encourage you to go and take a look at that. I'm not going to go through all of that right now. The basic point is that fairly recently, MTI changed the way that they do things, and all of this money is still in control of one person, the CEO, which sounds good, but could also be bad because there's a single person with all of this control. I'm not saying that the CEO is a bad person, but that's not how you do business these days. I don't know of a lot of CEOs with hundreds of millions under their control where they are the sole person that's responsible for all that money. Better ways of managing that needs to be put in place. Besides that, we recently got a notification that there had been a hack at Mirror Trading International, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. And I want to just scroll back in time a little bit because I noticed this is September the 5th, that was Saturday or Sunday, and I noticed I think it was Thursday, Friday of this week, early September, beginning of September, that the Mirror Trading International website redirected to a completely different domain, and it looked very suspicious. So I was waiting for them to make an announcement saying that, hey, we've been hacked, and hey, look after your accounts, watch out, and the regular things companies do when they get hacked. But there was absolutely no communication in regards to that. And then on the 5th of September, basically this came in where they just said on their Telegram channel that please proceed to mymticlub.com to log into the back office, as the corporate sites are still under unscheduled maintenance. At one point, both Mirror Trading International as well as mymticlub.com both redirected, and then subsequently it seemed like they got control back of MyMTI Club, but there's no mention of that here. It just says that it's unscheduled maintenance. Then move forward a little bit. So this is September 5th, okay? This is really like a day or two after the problem occurred. Then here on September 8th, they basically said this new update, person-to-person Bitcoin transfers cannot be transferred or withdrawn for 7 days. But previously this was instantaneous. You could basically transfer Bitcoin. I'm very proud of that you could transfer Bitcoin between parties and basically without needing to go to another external wallet and so forth. So this then happened. You look at the timing. I think this was either 6th or 7th of September. So obviously you can see that if you tie two and two together, something happened here in terms of Bitcoin transfers. That's what I'm guessing, because here we have the hack happening, and directly after that, after you have new security regarding person-to-person transfers, and then on the 17th they were still 16th, sorry, they still had issues. due to unforeseen back office maintenance, daily statement, blah, 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 blah. So this is 16th of September. They were still experiencing trouble with their systems. And of course, there's a known problem, one at least in the past, where it was easy to double spend Bitcoin. And that happened because people spent Bitcoin and then spent it again before the first transaction was completely validated. So a second one would kick off, and if you basically started accepting the first transaction before, and then the second one before any of that gets verified, you can end up in trouble and people double spending Bitcoin. And I wonder if something like that happened here, but who knows how much money was actually withdrawn. So that's an issue, because here clearly they're still having issues 16th of September. And then here we have it. On the 20th of September, they said that we had a security breach in our back office administration portal. The culprit is in South Africa, and we're pursuing criminal charges. Loophole has been fixed, and we apologize for any inconvenience caused. System security is unfortunately reactive. That's bull. We do our best to keep our members safe. Well, you've got millions of dollars in there, so you better do it. Trading has not been affected, nor is any Bitcoin, as it's held in a completely separate system. So, and here of course they tell people, MTI has not faulted, not once, blah, 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 blah. So, very, very typical of this type of thing, where us and them type of, setup gets created, and that's really unfair. I mean, these people are dealing with very large accounts of Bitcoin. Right now, I don't even know exactly how much they have under their control. So I quickly did a check, and they have 16,913 Bitcoin currently under their control. So that is a very big number. That is $177 million at today's exchange rate for Bitcoin. That is controlled by a single person, and that they have admitted to basically unforeseen back office maintenance, and of course a security breach. So this does not bode very well, and this whole attitude of saying that we want to remind all members that MTI has not faulted, not once, to service its members and deliver on the brand promise, and that is a fact, and so on and so forth. And they also have a whole video, basically telling people that people are going to make videos such as the one I'm making right now, and that you should not believe a word that I'm saying. Well, why not? I'm simply, referring to facts here and asking questions that really need asking. And while we're on the topic, if we look at their live stream of trades that they like to refer to, here they've updated it eventually, today it seems, or yesterday. But I want to draw your attention to the right hand side here, where you can't even really get to see all of it. But this column over here says profit, and maybe I'm misunderstanding, but I just see very big negative numbers. If those are all Bitcoins, minus 553, minus 815, minus 352, minus 287, minus 1047. If these are negative profits, losses in Bitcoin, that's an awful lot of money. And I don't know, I don't care if they tell me, oh, but it's, open positions. Those are massive losses, and to be kept open. If this is how they're trading, then there's no way that they can do the kind of results that they're talking about in terms of their daily profits. This is very very strange indeed. I mean, look at it. They, maybe I don't understand, but I know MT4, MT5. What's this? I can't tell if it's MT4 or MT5. But the profit column should be at least somewhat in profit, right? That's the whole idea of trading. So, and this is the whole little video that they present as evidence that they are trading. And frankly, it doesn't really convince me about much. So back to Bitcoins and things like that. So here's part of the problem. Why am I cautious about this? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because if you look at crypto, there's been so many hacks. Things where people say, oh yeah, we've been hacked, and a whole bunch of Bitcoin has been stolen. There's nothing new. Right from the start, this type of thing happened. I mean, this is 2012, 2011, 2013. I'm just going to scroll through this because most of this, is well-known, things that you've seen before on the news and so forth. But just to kind of remind you that, this type of thing happens where people hack into accounts and they steal things. And often you'll see here where it's basically an exit scam, right? You'll see this often, exit scam. What does that mean? Well, that means that the people that started the company basically stole from it and then took off. Exit scam, Ponzi shutdown, theft, all of this is put together. You often get this thing where you say, oh my goodness, we've been hacked, but really it's an exit scam. And once again, I'm not saying that's what happened to MTI. I'm saying this type of thing has happened numerous times in the past. Why did MTI take so long to tell us about this hack? I mean, we're talking from beginning of September until the 20th of September. That's a very long time to reveal to people that something went wrong. Why did it take that long for them to come out with this? It was evident if you tried to log into their account on their website that something went wrong. Why did they take this long? I mean, there's some crazy things where, like this dude, you might have heard of this before, where it was a major, new system, crypto trader, 137 million under his control. And here's the problem: it was under a single person's control. Cotton was the only person with access to the digital wallets. The whole story here was that they said, oh, he died, and sorry, he's already been buried, and he's in India, so you can't, verify or check or anything. The problem is all the funds is locked in because he was the only one with access to the funds. So, of course, immediately people started saying, well, is this guy actually dead? Because there's no way to verify what happened to the funds. Invalid question. As far as I know, this case is still pretty much open. So, if there's any talk about a crypto business of any kind being hacked, you need to be upfront about it, and you need to tell people about it. The moment it happens, not almost a month later. And this is my concern. So please be careful. Look at the warning signs and do your own due diligence, and look out for your own money. Don't put money in here that you can't afford to lose. So that's all I wanted to say. My apologies for being, slightly excited about all of this. I just feel that it is wrong for people to, do this type of thing if they have this type of money that they're working with. It's an awful lot of money to just, play around with and say, oh, we have some unscheduled maintenance, and keeping on with that story for almost a month. It's simply not right. So they claim that they are open and transparent and that they want to improve how crypto companies are being seen in the world. Well, MTI, you just failed. You failed because, once again, you didn't respond. A hack of a crypto company, you respond with this type of crap? Seriously. So, yeah. Take a look at what's happening. Be careful with your funds, and hey, stay safe. And if you like the update, I don't always just do updates about stuff like this. I actually like trading a lot, so but I needed to say this, needed to get this off my chest. So if you like that, please like and subscribe. If you are an MTI investor and you're really, really angry at me right now, I know you're probably going to hit the dislike button, and that's fine. We'll talk again over a couple of months, right? But hey, stay safe and see you next time.